Hello Doctor Who fans, and welcome to this another top 5 video. And today in this video I'm going to be doing a top 5 Doctor Who items that I want in my collection. And this is a bit of a special video because I haven't really done anything like this before. I haven't really talked about stuff that I would like in my collection. I've probably mentioned a few times in various videos, but I haven't done like a full-on video about it. And I thought because there's so many bits of Doctor Who merchandise available, it's really hard to condense it down into one video because there is so much stuff out there that people want. Yeah, I may do a second part to this because obviously there's just so many things that you can buy which are really hard to find and get, or you just never had the money for it. And this video is basically gonna sort of probably search my, well, have a look at my most wanted. Because the second part will probably be stuff like that I would like to get, but I probably won't get it for a very long time. So without any further ado, let's delve straight in at number 5. So at number 5 we have Long Barrow, which if you know your Doctor Who books then you're probably familiar that this is one of the most rarest, most sought after Doctor Who books, because it's one of the last Virgin New Adventures, and it's the one set before The Dying Days, which features the 8th Doctor, and this is the 7th Doctor's last novel, well, Virgin New Adventure. And as some of you may know, that I'm a really big fan of those books because I've reviewed a few of them on my channel, and they're really, like, you know, Doctor Who for adults pretty much. And yeah, one of the reasons why it's most sought after is because of the fact that it sort of covers some information on the Doctor's origins. Obviously this book isn't canon, because if it was, then yeah, that would be a bit crazy, I think. But yeah, this basically, it covers a lot of the Doctor's family, and I think that's one of the main reasons why fans want to read it, because it's so informative about that in the Doctor Who Virgin New Adventures range. It's the reason why the prices of it are so ridiculously high, because, you know, it's ridiculous how much this book goes for, because it can go for sometimes I've seen it for about 500 quid, 200 quid, just ridiculous prices. And I know a few of my subscribers do own this book, and yeah, I'm very envious of those people. And if you ever do come across it, then I suggest you go and buy it, because from what I've heard, it's meant to be one of the best Doctor Who Virgin New Adventures that you can buy. So yeah, that's Long Barrow, written by Mark Platt. So yeah, like I said, if you ever find this book in a charity shop or whatever, I'd highly suggest that you go and pick it up, because you might be able to sell it for an insane amount of money. At number 4, we've got the incredibly rare, the 1971 Doctor Who Annual. Now, if you know me, then you probably realise by now that my favourite Doctor is, of course, Jon Pertwee, and this annual pretty much covers his first season. And to own a informative book about that particular season would be amazing, because season 7 for me is, in my opinion, probably the best Doctor Who season of all time. Because I think there's not a single bad story in that season. I love all the stories there, and to own this particular Doctor Who annual will be absolutely fantastic, because it's probably the rarest Doctor Who annual, because I'm not entirely sure why, but I'm really hoping to get this at some point. It's one of my sort of purchases, like priority purchases, if that makes any sense, because I'm not a massive collector, but if I ever do find that, then I would probably most definitely buy it, because it's just one of these things that especially if you are a fan of the 3rd Doctor, that it'll be, you know, really nice to have in your collection, because I guess if you own any classic Doctor Who annual, then that'll be amazing, because they are, like I said, really rare, and there aren't many of them available. because there wasn't that many printed, and that's sort of one of the main reasons why they're so sought after, because there aren't many of them around. So if you ever do find this, then I'll really I'll be really envious, and I'm hoping to get this at some point. I don't know where that will be, but hopefully I'll get it some point during my lifetime, because that is one of my that's one of the Doctor Who items that I want the most, because it just looks absolutely lovely, and I love the artwork on that. It just looks fantastic. Okay, so at number 3 now we have an autograph, and this autograph is from the original Master, as played by Roger Delgado. Now, if you know Doctor Who, you'll know that unfortunately during Jon Pertwee's tenure, he actually passed away from he got I think he got knocked over by a taxi or something, because he was driving his motorbike round a tight corner. I think that's when it happened, which is such a shame that he's no longer with us, because I think he is my favourite Master, and to own his autograph would be something truly special, because he is, for me, the best Master, and like I said, my favourite, and because I think he did such a good job with the role, and obviously because he's no longer with us, like, his autographs will be incredibly, extremely rare to find, because I don't know how many he gave away, but if you're one of the lucky people that do have a Roger Delgado autograph, then I'd highly suggest that you keep it, because it's something incredibly special, and just it'll be such a privilege to own, because he's such an icon in Doctor Who. He's what brought the Master to life and made it so he played the role so well that there was loads of other incarnations of the Master, because obviously the audience liked the character so much, and he is one of the best Doctor Who villains and the best incarnation of the Master. I know a lot of people like John Sim and Anthony Ainsley and maybe not Eric Roberts and Michelle Gomez and whatever, but for me, to own a Roger Delgado autograph would be just something truly special, because I love every story with the Master, and I think he's such a great villain, and I'm just so sad that he's not with us, because I've heard that he's a really lovely guy from a lot of the interviews on the Jon Pertwee DVDs, and it's just sad that he passed away, but to own an autograph from him would be just incredible, and I would love to find one at some point. I doubt I'll ever will, but if I do, then I'd probably have a fanboy meltdown, and I'd probably end up ripping it in half or something, because I'll just be so shaky and just shocked that I got my hands on one of these. So yeah, that's at number 3 with the Roger Delgado autograph. At number 2 now we have a real Jon Pertwee autograph, and like I said, if you know me, then you'll know that Jon Pertwee is my favourite Doctor, and I'm just really sad that he's not alive anymore, because I would love an autograph from him, because if I ever did own one of these, then it will probably be my most prized possession, because just have an autograph of your favourite Doctor is just something special in itself, particularly if your favourite Doctor is no longer with us, because that would just make it extra special. I know a lot of people want a David Tennant autograph and Matt Smith autograph, because they're quite expensive nowadays, and you can easily buy Sylvester McCoy, Colin Baker, Paul McGann, Peter Davison, etc. Autograph, and Tom Baker for that matter. But to have an autograph from the first 3 original Doctor Who's would be just tremendous, because they are brilliant Doctors, and to have an autograph from any of them would be just amazing. And I've loved Jon Pertwee since for a good few years now, and I know they are incredibly hard to come by, these autographs, but anything signed by Jon Pertwee I'll probably end up buying, depending on the price, because I do know that they do fetch up to pretty substantial amounts, and I would love a Jon Pertwee autograph. I think that would be just absolutely fantastic. Now the final, I guess you could say, items are the original Doctor Who Frederick Miller Target novelizations, which if you know your history, then you'll know that these are some of the first Doctor Who books ever to be, or novels ever to be released, and I believe they have re-released these, because I've seen a few in Waterstones, and I really want to get those because they look really nice, and it'll be nice to have those in your collection. But to have the definitive original editions would be just insane, because these are incredibly expensive, and I believe they do have deluxe editions, and if you think these are expensive, then my god, you're in for a shock when you find out how much those deluxe editions go for, because they're just so unique and original, and to have these three in your collection would be something really quite special, because these are the very few first Doctor Who books ever, and I think these were mainly sent to libraries, and unfortunately a lot of them did get chucked out, and I believe there are a few ex-library copies available, but even then they probably won't be in the best of condition, because they've been passed around reader to reader, and it'll be so nice to have these, because if you have any of them, then you're pardon my French, but you're a lucky bastard, let's put it that way. I know TJ Productions has a couple of them, and my god, he's done a great job to get those, and I just really would love these in my collection, because as a Doctor Who book reader myself and collector, this will probably be the ultimate books to have in your Doctor Who collection, because they are just so rare, and there are very few available, and if you ever do come across them, then I really recommend that you go and get these, because they are so damn expensive. So thank you very much for watching this video, and comment down below and tell me what your most top 5 wanted items are for your Doctor Who collection. I'm sure this will be an interesting comment to read when I finally upload this video. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you for my next video, probably talking about Doctor Who. So thank you and goodbye.